Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Well, it seems like, according to the Russians, that the Ukrainians attacked Crimea right after they attacked the Crimean Bridge, and they attacked it with about 28 drones. That was immediately after, or at least in terms of hours, during the nighttime. And the Russians say that they fought that attack. So I think it's 28 drones that were used here. I have two articles here. I have two article unmanned vehicles, flying unmanned vehicles. And this reminds me of a tactical advice offered by Miyamoto Musashi, if you know who that is. It's a 17th century Japanese samurai swordman. And he said in his book Gori no Sho, the Book of the Five Rings, if you see that the enemy is fleeing or backing up, you employ everything you got to get him done. So if you see the enemy, I'm hurt here, according to Miyamoto Musashi's tactical advice, go and put everything in it and destroy him right there. Is it what the Ukrainians thought about this Crimean thing, or this is going to be a new, development which is going to stay on? Crimea will be under Ukrainian drone attack from now on, every day, or weekly. It's never been like this 28 drones attack on Crimea. So let's get going with Sputnik first. Sputnik, Crimean Bridge terror, tralala. Ukrainian terrorist drone attack targeting Crimea thwarted. Russian Ministry of Defense says today on the 18th of July 2023. Beautiful port. The latest attempt by Ukraine to target objects in Crimea with drones comes after Moscow's terrorist attack on Monday's terrorist attack on the Crimean Bridge using two maritime surface drones carried out by the Kiev regime. 2 adults were killed in the attack and a child sustained serious injuries. An attempt by the Kiev regime to carry out a terrorist attack on Crimea using 28 unmanned aerial vehicles, UAV, was thwarted overnight, announced Russia's defense ministry on Tuesday. 17 Ukrainian UAVs were destroyed by air defense systems, said the Ministry of Defense. 11 more drones, suppressed by electronic warfare means, crashed without reaching their target. No casualties or damages resulted from the attack. Earlier, Sergei Aksyomov, Crimea head, also reported on Telegram that a drone attack on Crimea's east had been thwarted. So now they tell us a little bit what happened here. They said we're going to do this, we're going to retaliate. Okay. It says today's attack on Crimean Bridge was committed by the Kiev regime. This regime is a terrorist one and has all the signs of an international organized criminal group, Maria Zakharova said. Well, you can say whatever you want, but that, in my books, was a civilian target. And what's strange, I will use that article as well. What's strange is that the United States came and said this was the US's response for those civilians and that child injured, civilians dead. Well, Crimea is Ukraine. So that means you can use a nuclear bomb because it's yours. You can kill civilians because it's yours. Is that what it is? Those 3 people, 2 dead and 1 injured, is that yours? You can do whatever you want? That was the US's justification. It came at I think it was that weasel, what's his name? Very young-looking, strange guy. I can't remember. I will find it for you anyway. And Jack Dempsey comes in my head. And he's not Jack Dempsey, but that's what it comes. Jesus Christ. Not even close. Oh, man. So that was the response. Yeah, but what about that infrastructure? So by saying that, there's they were entitled to blow that up. For me, there was an attack on a civilian infrastructure, however you want to take it. Yes, the military uses, and as I made the claim many times, yes, the military uses air, uses electricity, uses water, uses food, and all these things are provided by the civilians. Does it mean that air is not produced by the civilians, but air is produced, and we can then means you can gas people or something with biological weapons or something? Is that a green light to use that because the military uses air? So do the civilians. So it's crazy. And the water facilities, the treatment plants are operated by whom? They drink water, right? The military. We're gonna blow them up because they're gonna supply the military with water. All right. I think I said this many times on the videos I did yesterday on the Crimean Bridge and before in October 8th when the Ukrainians again attacked the Crimean Bridge. And again, the same spiel was given. Oh, it's a military, well, whatever. I disagree with that. July 18th, Russia Today. Dozens of drones target Crimea. The Russian military reported intercepted at least 28 UAVs on Tuesday morning. So this is the same thing. 17 Ukrainian UAVs were destroyed by air defense systems. 11 more were suppressed by electronic warfare. Okay, so this is the same thing that they reported in Sputnik. It's been reported in Western media, but in the Western media you have this kind of thing, allegedly, supposedly, maybe, they claim things like, we don't even know if it's true. But when the Ukrainians do something, they don't use the Ukrainian claims they destroyed a tank. No, they destroyed a tank, a Russian tank. Or they don't say, the Ukrainians reportedly did this, or allegedly surrounded this, or allegedly or reportedly advanced on this. No. The Ukrainians advanced over there. They do it like it's a certain thing, done deal. You know, it happened. Either past tense, they use past tense, or they use present tense, or maybe even present tense continuous. You know, like they are advancing, or if you want simple, they advance. Or past tense, they advanced, or they don't use a present perfect. You know, they have advanced, because have advanced doesn't really give you a date, or is like a little bit fuzzier. But they advanced yesterday 100 yards. Anyway, this is it. The Ukrainians seem to, if this is correct. I'm going to use, if Russians reporting is correct, maybe the Ukrainians will do this more often, which is very concerning, I think, for them being the Russians. Why? I mean, you're going to be under constant attack by drones, and what's going to be your response? Destroying them? What other alternative you have? None of the drones hit the target. That sounds familiar? Kiev? Yes, because now, right now, in the past, I don't know, month and a half, 2 months, the Ukrainians claim that they destroy 100% of the incoming missiles in Kiev because they have the Patriot systems and tra-la-la. Anyway, maybe it's true. I have my own doubts, and I'm skeptical. Why? Because the information comes from only one source, and I don't like that. I don't trust in general, and I don't trust in a war circumstance in particular. That means in a war, the first victim of a war is truth. So, okay, and that's why these guys are. If you remember, they arrested in Kiev. They arrested about 4 or 5 bloggers. If you remember, they recorded, they videotaped, the whatever, the Russian attack on Kiev. Was it on in early May? 5th of May, 6th of May, 4th of May, about that time, when the hypersonic missiles came over Red Rover, and supposedly the Patriot destroyed them all. Oh my God! Oh, surprise, surprise! And then they videotaped, whatever you want to call, recorded it, blowing up one, or at least an explosion. And after this, the Ukrainians said, no, nothing was destroyed. And when that footage came online, yeah, it was just a little scratch on one Patriot, but nothing, insignificant damage. The Americans came and looked over. Americans that were operating it? No, Americans came from Dallas, Texas or something, flew over there and whomever were left alive. And then they went and prosecuted these bloggers for providing a second opinion and say, well, no, you disclosed to the Russians the location. The Russians knew the location without the help of that. I mean, really, they needed the bloggers to, oh yeah, well, that's by the street, Tom Jones and, I don't know, Mariah Carey's intersection. That's right there, the Patriot. Because the blogger in the middle of the night does that and she provides her address. Avenue. Really? But people believe it because they haven't been not even halfway around the block in their lives and they don't know better. They don't know, really, those guys knew it live where they are, how they exploded, how they, when you fire a missile, it makes a little bit of a noise, heat, you can see it, you can see the fire, you can see the explosion, and you have everything, exactly in 3 seconds, zoop, 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 you know exactly where they are, you get the coordinates live, communicate and send it, or not send it, the ones that are coming, you change the coordinates while they're coming. It depends how much time you have, 5 minutes, and you change it on time. You send the first ones, these guys are going to disclose their little location, you got them, send the coordinates, and then send the real ones. Oh my God, so complicated. Anyway, so these guys say they destroyed those 28 drones. All right, well, good. Good for you, I guess. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.